The Legend of Zelda. It's a series so huge, I couldn't help but say it all. Woo. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Oh, I was just writing my preemptive counter-argument about how you're wrong about my favorite game of all time and the best game ever.
Oh, okay. Well, don't you think that's a little, I don't know, closed-minded? I mean, I get you probably liked this game as a kid, but isn't it time we looked at it critically and made a fair analysis of how—
No!
Ask anybody about Zelda. Anyone can tell you what makes a Zelda game, and what a game needs to be a Zelda game. But is that description you'll get really what describes a Zelda game at its core? Is it possible that following this formula might actually be missing the entire point of what makes Zelda awesome? Or even what makes a sequel awesome? I mean, Zelda's a game where you swing a fucking sword at some pigs or whatever. In Zelda, you were an adventurer, and, well, seriously, walk to a cave. Old dude goes, hey, take this.
Then why the fuck are you walking right through? Like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
I don't know. This world's neat. Well, that's Zelda. And whether or not Zelda is what it is now, that's how it started. And that's what sold a bazillion games. And then, A Link to the Past. It was like the definitive Zelda, right? It felt like the first Zelda. But there was so much more. Bigger world, more things going on, it was nuts! My 8-year-old mind couldn't take it. It changed a lot of things. Link was given a name and a purpose. Rescue the princess! Save Hyrule! You have an uncle. I don't know what his name is. He dies. Link to the Past, you start out in a house. Okay, cool. But okay. Then what? Oh, okay. So, okay. Listen. I mean, exploration still exists in Link to the Past, and God knows it's required to beat it. But if a game is telling you to do specific things with marks on a map and a sequence of which things to do and specific instructions, you're not discovering a world. You're being taken on a tour. You're no longer a pioneer adventurer, you're a guest at Disneyland.
She threatened to sue.
Yes, Goofy's weight! Win a prize! 120 pounds? No. The whole game, it feels a bit more processed. It feels a bit more planned.
Because it is!
You have a mission, and the mission is laid out for you.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from Stupid Town?
I go to Disneyland like 6 times a year. I fucking love the Blue Bayou restaurant.
Shut up about
Disneyland. But Zelda, from its roots, it's not the kind of game that holds your hand. There's no explanation or even really like a goal. But there's adversity everywhere, and you can approach it anytime you want, whether you're prepared or not. But if you look at A Link to the Past and The Legend of Zelda from a surface level, they seem the same. But it's not the same. There's a shift in soul, a difference in how you perceive and experience the world.
I think you should experience it. You always say I want to experience things, but I don't think you actually want to experience things because you would experience it if you wanted to experience things. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. It's a game considered by most to be a masterpiece. A 3D world with delicious sound and amazing graphics.
Oh, God, it's so good. So good.
It was so epic! We have this 3D world, and it felt like that was what made the difference. But what exactly was different? Well, in order to examine that, we have to examine dreaded transition from the second dimension to the third dimension. If we've learned anything from Sonic the Hedgehog over here, it's that turning a 2D game into a 3D game, it ain't easy. How do you take the simplicity of form that 2D allows, give it a Z-axis?
Wrong.
Everything changes, and it seems to turn a really good game design into a completely fucking broken one. But Zelda, that one's not too hard. It already technically has 3 dimensions.
Wrong. He was so wrong.
You got the Y-axis, the X-axis, but you know, you could go upstairs, enemies could jump over you, all that stuff. But that's where the differences start. See, Link to the Past had a selective Z-axis. For example, you couldn't be on the second floor and attack a dude on the first floor, but if the sandworm boss soared over your head and you weren't harmed by it, you could still swing at it and it'd register a hit. Bats fly through the air, but they're always conveniently at sword's height. That shit's asinine in 3D, which ironically in this situation is a limitation of the medium. The more specific you get about situations analogous to reality, the more you have to stipulate on. You can't hit a bat from any z-axis position distance. Now it's really clear where the bats are in 3D space. They're up, down, every fucking where. And aiming your sword would be so what do we gotta do to remedy this z-axis problem? Z-targeting made combat complicated, and it makes combat complex.
Explain how.
I don't say this a lot, but let's see how this is a good thing. A new method of combat means new ways to go about designing enemies in combat situations. You used to just point and hit and run. But now, there's rolling, dodging, stabbing, swinging, leaping. Holy shit! So complex. So many possibilities.
I'm learning.
It's so deep they can make an entire game based on the combat system. But guess what? They didn't! Here's how this is a poopy bad thing! Z-targeting creates a strange disconnect from the world around you. It changes the camera angle from what you're used to exploring the world in, and that shifts your entire focus and outlook. It segments the game into two pieces. This is the combat piece, this is the world exploring piece. They don't mix. In the old Zelda games, those two pieces were linked. There were segments where you had to fight off enemies and explore the rooms simultaneously. It was much easier to manage it all. And now it's complicated and puts you in an unfair situation. What the f? Z-targeting also puts a damper on throwaway enemies like bats, who were fun to kill in previous Zeldas, but are now a pain in the goddamn ass since you have to individually focus on each one and precisely hit them. As I mentioned before, a lot of the charm from the original Zelda was how ruthless the game was. And a complex fighting system would be perfect place to implement that. But the source of a lot of Ocarina's problems is that the game's idea of difficulty is waiting. There is so much goddamn waiting in Ocarina. Every enemy has a period where they just stand around and do fucking nothing, and attacking them during this time is useless. Deku Scrubs, Stalfos, Lizardmen, Skulltulas, Wolf Dudes, Gerudos, Clams? Waiting is not a difficult thing to do, but it creates the illusion of difficulty because it takes up your time. And that's all it does. A fight feels like an ordeal when you have to devote a decent amount of time to it, but it's not hard. Just look at Final Fantasy IX, Skies of Arcadia, Grandia. These long-ass battles, not hard, but they feel like there's something.
I guess that's a response.
This is a mindless interaction, and you're simply going through the motions instead of strategizing. Wait, attack. Wait, attack. Wait, it's not very hard to do! And it's difficult to mess up. This style of enemy isn't inherently bad. I mean, it creates an interesting player-enemy relationship where the enemy's controlling the pace of the battle, but the fact that it's a consistent theme in enemies gives the impression that it's used as a difficulty supplement.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore.
Since none of these enemies are actually difficult to fight. Now, on the flip side, Ocarina has the coolest enemy ever, the Iron Knuckle. It's an enemy that is actually provoked to attack and also to be vulnerable by your own attack, which makes the pace of the battle completely dictated by you and your ability to fight it. Additionally, the nature of his attack pattern requires you to be aware of your surroundings.
Felicitations, malefactors! I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formulary for the preparation of affordable comestibles!
You can lure him to attack pillars, which yield hearts to replenish your life, which is another layer of depth to the battle. This is the kind of enemy design Ocarina needed so much more of. A merging of combat and world, where you are still very aware of your surrounding in each set piece, even during combat. I feel that this particular battle shows how Ocarina could have had an even better combat world connection than Link to the Past, or even the original Zelda, but chose to save it only for many bosses and some boss battles. Could have been every enemy. In any case, the nature of Z-targeting forced Zelda to be more combat-centric, and with it, the world was forced to change. But it didn't. Still push blocks, only now you can't push them when you're engaged in combat, and you still open doors by shooting slingshots at eyeballs in the wall. Is that a puzzle? Like, seriously, is that a puzzle? Is looking around the room and finding an eyeball on a wall really super fun for people. Like, the game is 3D now, so everything isn't laid out before you like a map anymore. So I get that there's this sense that you walk into a room and aren't getting all the information about the room right away, but is stopping your forward motion, stopping everything, to look for a diamond to whack that's in a soulless crevice in the wall so you can open a door that leads to another room with a locked door and some other silly open sesame trick? Is that fun?
Hey, pal.
Is this what you want?
Hey, come on, man. It's not that bad.
Shh, Skyward Sword. Seriously, I'm doing like a show.
I know. I just figured I'd give my 2 cents.
I don't care. Nobody likes you. You took fun and made it unfun. How'd you even do that?
Fuck my life. You know what? Rich needs a t-shirt that says, "That's standing."
Maybe I should go douse for a better game, huh?
Hey, man, that's low.
So's my interest in playing you again. Oh, shit! Burn! Burn! So I'm just really proud of what I've done today.
Why, though?
Let me explain something. A puzzle is something you have all the information for. The only thing standing between you and the solution is your own ability to put the pieces together in the right way. The satisfaction you obtain from solving a puzzle is from the aha moment, when the pieces fit and you have only yourself to blame for it. If you're missing a piece, how are you supposed to even get to a conclusion? You rack your brain, run in circles, go, what do I fucking do? Until you find the last piece on a whim, and suddenly it all makes sense.
Oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real.
You say, well, shit! Or, ah, come on! The satisfaction doesn't come from the door opening, it comes from the puzzle itself. If the puzzle itself isn't satisfying, well, there you go. The puzzle itself isn't satisfying. You see, in the original Zelda, you'd walk into a room, the doors would lock, but 5 cape horse sword dude looking guys.
One of the things I like doing most is banging whores. I go out and bang a lot of whores.
They're fucking hard as shit to surround you. They follow you around when they see you. You can only attack them from the sides or the back. You gotta find vantage points, ins, outs, manage your health, dodge them when they gang up. It's daunting. It's interesting. It engages you. And it's really easy to understand. And because of all this, it's satisfying when you beat them. A door opening is like, oh, okay, cool, the door opened. You're not like, ah, fucking finally the door. But look, that's not to say puzzles or whatever can't exist in Ocarina of Time's combat-centric universe. But sliding spiked death pucks coming out from around the corner you can't see is just bad fucking design. It's bad design in any game. It's no different in Zelda. You see that shit. You see that shit. Oops! Yeah, I know. That's the nature of 3D, but if it doesn't work in 3D, you change it. Why do I gotta leap across these platforms? There's no challenge here. I hold the joystick up. Just because the scenario's treacherous doesn't mean the game is actually treacherous. I could've just walked forward in a straight line. Heck, I can close my eyes here and do this. Is that treacherous?
This is just my opinion.
Right.
The water temple is... People complain about the water temple, but at least in the water temple, it's like really clear what you have to do.
Right.
It's just kind of frustrating to do it. But in this, it's like, I don't fucking, like, what? And I don't know. And it's like so labyrinthian that you're like, was that thing up there from this path or was it from this path? I don't remember.
Hold on. I'm going to hop on the computer real quick and type a comment that I beat this level when I was 6.
Skyward Sword. Bombs. You throw a bomb left, right, up, down. Infinity directions. A vague idea up or down in different elevations. For error, unreal. Z-targeting helps.
Wait a damn minute.
Z-targeting creates a strange disconnect from the world around you. Z-targeting helps, but what if there are enemies around you you don't want to target onto? You just want to see straight. You just want to fucking throw a bomb! Skyward Sword added like a throw arc, but it also added bomb bowling. Bomb bowling. It added bomb bowling.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Yeah, okay, fuck Skyward Sword.
Daddy, chill.
You know, okay, in each dungeon, Ocarina, unique item, regular old treasure chest. In each dungeon, a random battle, Link to the Past, giant fucking treasure chest, big key, the boss, genuine giddiness, treasure, huge implication to it.
Because of the implication.
The big key, amazing new treasure, face off the big treasure, suspenseful thing ever. I often hear that this is a minor point. A treasure chest in and of itself is a mystery and a sense of suspense. Link to the Past added chests, which was another means to the same goal, you know. Simply walking to the chest is all the suspense you need. When you arrive, the payoff is instant. I know, it may not appear epic, and it may seem kind of silly and video gamey, but the feeling of suspense is real and very valid. Ocarina decided to add in bullshit. Link opens up the treasure chest all like, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, I'm amazed! It may not appear epic, and it may seem kind of silly and video gamey, but the feeling of suspense is real and very valid. Just show the fucking treasure already! The feeling of suspense is real and very valid. Why do I gotta wait? Just because the game needs to be all epic and 3D whooshy whooshy because of all the graphics and polygons and all that whatnot, I gotta wait like, God! There's so much waiting in Ocarina. Door to close, just stop talking, dialogue box. Goddamn, wait for the Switch to make a music tone flying backwards. Bombs, how fucking long does it take to switch between worlds?
I don't know, 3 or 4.
3 or 4 what? Days? Weeks? Months?
Yeah, maybe 5.
You gotta play the Prelude of Light. Say yes, watch the cutscene, walk up to the Master Sword plot, watch the cutscene, walk out of the Temple of Time, play whatever song brings you the closest to where you want to go. Say yes, watch the cutscene, and walk all the way to where you want to be. In Link to the Past, you equip a mirror, press a button, you're there. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Why would I want to explore in a world where I gotta waste useless time just to check a fucking room? You should never, ever, ever hit that, oh, I got a slingshot. Oh, a mirror shield. I know you can argue that this is actually good game design. Hoops. There's a closed door. Find the eye symbol, hit it with a slingshot. Another closed door. Find a key. Another closed door. Press a button. Another closed door. Give this dude a letter from Impa. And again, look, there's some exploring, but a random secret cave in the ground isn't gonna lead you through a complex catacomb with a mini boss at the end. It just won't. It's not gonna happen. They would not sacrifice their precious formula.
Remember, ravioli, ravioli, give me the formuoli.
Link to the Past had a little bit more variety. Original Legend of Zelda had some dinosaurs. It's this kind of misdirection of like what you should care about in Zelda that really bugs me about Ocarina. Like, let's take its story for example. Ocarina's story provides you with a context to your quest. That accomplishing this will save this or change this, but it refuses to acknowledge the player's innate sense of wonder and drive to quest and fight.
Holy hell!
The fuck are the Gorons? When it's an order delivered by the game, it becomes a task. It's like a job. Why aren't all these other dudes going out and fighting monsters and questing? But you, the player, that makes you a hero. Not the dialogue, not the story. You don't need dialogue. Why was the inclusion of so many semantics necessary? And I don't buy the argument that they're only there to richen the world with story, because adding those contexts to the situation is devaluing design aspect.
Felicitations, malefactors! I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formula.
The game literally stops for you to complete some asinine story task. Look, you go to Kakariko Village, you go to the entrance of Death Mountain, you go, what the fuck? That's what I want to do. But no, you gotta go talk to Zelda, and then Impa's like, this is really important, so I'm gonna give you this note to give to this guy. I don't care. Nobody cares. There's like a fucking... There's a tiny wall standing between me. I could climb over it. Am I in a cubicle? Am I sitting in a cubicle playing a Zelda game?
This is the Grump Room. Come on inside. So this is where all the magic happens.
This is why I think the Master Sword is brilliant. Because it's talked about in literal terms. You don't need dialogue. Why was the inclusion of so many semantics necessary? There's no bullshit.
No more bullshit.
What is wrong with you? The Master Sword is just the sword of evil's bane. Fucking awesome. How exciting is that? Count me the fuck in! And don't get me wrong, I don't think a world where people walk and talk is flawed, but having to trigger the ability to explore by walking and talking, it's annoying.
Hey, pal.
There are ways to involve characters in a story and not have them be utterly boring and detached from what you're doing. Why not have a Goron that helps you fight? Goes blows shit up while you're doing stuff. Why not have the Goron stay healthy by eating rocks and they're slowly becoming rarer as you progress through the dungeon? And he's on the verge of fatigue. Shit! Don't you want to get him some rocks to stay the hell alive? Let's keep moving so my friend can live. See, I'm a video game player. I care about slashing things, finding things, having an adventure, not wandering around until I pressed A at all the right places in the right order for whatever fucking story reason. Gosh, isn't that stupid? Wouldn't that be... Things just need to be simple, a little more epic. The game needed those tropes to come back. But with that, a formula was born. A through line is important for a series, but when it acts like a katamari of tropes and elements that can't be forgotten or changed, things start getting sloppy and samey. Shigeru Miyamoto once described his idea for Zelda coming from the feeling he got from wanting to explore caves near his house as a child, which led to an amazing game where you explore caves and dungeons. The irony is that when it came time to make sequels, Nintendo cared more about the things that were found, rather than the mystery itself. There is no mystery in modern Zelda games. Hey man, I'm mysterious. God, shut up! Seriously! You want all this attention like you care, like you really gave it your all in a new innovative Zelda experience, but instead you led Zelda into a frustrating monotony. You know, what started the franchise was like the sense of wonder, and what has thus far concluded the franchise is a sense of formality. A predictable, time-consuming mess that asks you not of your sense of adventure, or even your wit, but instead your ability to listen and follow directions.
It's completely lost the plot.
Gee, I fucking Skyward Sword. You ask of us to get a cat, thank you.
You said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting have you said thank you?
The Adventures of Link! You can't take it! You're a pampered, doughy snob wearing nice clothes, expecting to graduate scot-free because your daddy's an alum. Fuck you, Skyward Sword! Fuck you!
Stop it. Get some help.
Now, as I spent 373,000 years writing this freaking video, a new Zelda game showed up that made everyone pee their pants. But instead you led Zelda into a frustrating monotony. You know, what started the franchise was like the sense of wonder, and what has thus far concluded the franchise is a sense of formality. It was a direct sequel to Link to the Past, taking place in the same aesthetic world of Link to the Past. It's called A Link Between Worlds, and I love it. It's fun. But why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why?
Wow, look at that. Sure is expensive to die. Is what we're seeing a commentary on capitalist society and life insurance policies choking the life out of middle America? Okay. Like it's a treasure that you can enjoy. Jeez, man, that's my glowy eye. A stupid spinning dumbass top thing doesn't change anything. A double dumbass claw shot doesn't change anything. God. But this shit? I love it. You did it. I think this may be Nintendo's way of easing people into being open-minded about a shift in Zelda. I mean, look at this shit! What? Hey, thanks for listening to me shout my opinion at you for fucking 30 minutes. I hope I can make you laugh and make you think.
I might click dislike on this.